Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for the Schlub #2. This is a new book from KLC Press and Image Comics. Let's take a look at the creative team before we get into this book. This book is written by Ryan Stegman and Kenny Porter with art by Terrell Cannon, colors by Mike Spicer, letters by John J. Hill. So if you haven't caught up on the Schlub, this is a Freaky Friday situation where a superhero and a dentist who's down on his luck and kind of a bad dude, like overall. He's just not a good person. They change bodies, and of course, shenanigans ensue. In this issue, Roger's new superhero body and ego are put to the test against against a real life supervillain. Can Roger and Cirrus find a way to stop the evil sorcerer's worm, prove to his family that he's not a screw up, and stop the city from getting destroyed all at once? Let's hope so. You know, as I was going into this series, I already knew I was gonna like the comedy aspect of it, but this issue showed me that there's a little bit more going on once you get past all the, once you scratch the surface. There's a little bit of heart in this comic book that I really appreciate. Um, in this Roger as Cirrus, he overhears a conversation, right? He has superhero. He overhears a conversation between his brother and his ex-wife, and they really just talk about how they care about him. And I don't think this is. I think Roger's been so jaded by everything that's gone wrong in his life that he just doesn't feel like anybody loves him or respect him. He kind of feels like everybody blames him for everything that's happening. That's really interesting. That's kind of what I like the most about this specific issue. There's a lot of things to like, but that was a part of it. I love a comic book with heart. I like when you get to realize how relationships work within these characters, family dynamics, especially now that Roger, even though he has all this power, there's still some things that he just can't do, right? Some things that he has to work out within himself. In the meanwhile, we see Sarah's in Roger's body, and there's so much fun stuff there. Like, not only do we get some really cool world building as Roger, or as Sarah's visits this library to get more information on what's going on, but we get a little bit of exposition about his world, what's going on, his own strained relationship with his family. Really cool stuff. All this highlighted by Tyrell Cannon's amazing art, Mike Spicer's beautiful colors. Like, it just all works very well. I think this is a fun romp. It's very different to anything else that I'm reading, so I'll definitely say that. And I don't know if everybody's gonna enjoy this comic, but I think everyone should at least give it a chance. And if you already sold on the first issue, this second one is just going to cement that even more. And of course, as I mentioned in the synopsis, the fact that we still have this looming threat. Like, we have all the issues that they have personally, but we also have this looming threat of, like, oh yeah, Worm and his band of baddies, like they're still seeking to destroy everything, right? There's a reason that they attacked in the first place in the beginning. So yeah, very cool stuff. Some really funny jokes. Sirius discovers the effects of caffeine in a human body. Also, just him being in a human body and experiencing all these things. It's hilarious. There's so many good jokes. There's a really fun one where he's like, "I had my 2 hours of sleep that in his superhero body would have been enough, but obviously in this case it's not." So let's take a look at some of the art as well, as I wanted to highlight that. As I mentioned, and this is really a combination of Spicer's work with Cannon's art, right? Like, the how dingy and dark these colors are here in this first page as we go through the train station, and then once we go through the magical portal, like, the contrast is so like, I really like it. I like the Cannon's designs for, like, all these little things, like the sentries and the librarian, like, just everything feels very interesting. And then we get a little bit of foreshadowing, as I mentioned, of the strained relationship between Sirius and his dad and all that stuff going on, which I'm sure will get paid off later on. But yeah, we also get to see some action shenanigans and big bombastic, like, sequences of action. So very exciting stuff. As I mentioned, I'm really enjoying this book. So hopefully you check it out. you know, it's different. That's all I can. That's the best selling point I can tell you, because I think at this point it's just different than everything else that I'm reading, and you guys kind of know what I'm reading if you check out all the videos that we do for the channel. So you'll see at the end of the video a cover for the variant covers for this. So make sure to check those out. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.